Assalamu alaikum. I am Hera Gol, a PhD scholar from Fatma Jinnah Women University. First of all, I want to thank you for giving me opportunity for presenting my research work in ICAS 2021. The title of my research work is Polymorphic Status of Metallothionein Gene 1 and 2 in Type 2 Diabetes Mellitus. So, what is diabetes? First of all, we should know about diabetes. Diabetes is a disease in which the ability of the body to respond or to produce insulin is impaired. There are two types of diabetes, type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is known as insulin dependent diabetes, whereas type 2 diabetes is known as insulin resistant diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is basically a disease in which the cell surface receptor of pancreas become resistant to insulin. As a result, no cell signaling takes place, and this result in the elevated level of glucose inside the body. There are different risk factors associated with type 2 diabetes mellitus, but the important or prime ones are obesity, oxidative stress, sedentary lifestyle, age, and the family history. This table shows us the incidence rate of diabetes in Pakistan, and it was taken from the World Diabetes Federation. And you can see that this shows the number of people with diabetes in 20 to 79 year of age, and their age, their risk increased from 7.15 to 13.83% in year 2030. So this was all about the type 2 diabetes. Now come to the gene, that is the metallothionein gene. So what is the metallothionein gene? Metallothionein gene basically belongs to a protein family that has the low molecular mass. It exists in different organs in multiple forms. The isoforms of metallothionein gene are metallothionein 1, 2, 3, and 4. What are the functions of metallothionein gene? Metallothionein gene is basically the potent antioxidant, and it is used as a energy metabolizer inside the body, and it also play an important role in the regulation of zinc and copper inside the body. So we can say that it play an important role in maintaining the normal function of the body. So what is the role of metallothionein gene in type 2 diabetes mellitus? Basically, the polymorphism in the metallothionein gene is directly associated with the with the risk of type 2 diabetes mellitus, and the expression of metallothionein gene is affected by the polymorphism in this gene, and it directly affects the carbohydrate metabolism, and it can also affect the energy producing pathway present within the body. The area of the objectives for my study was to correlate the genetic factor with the environmental factor, and to check the association of environmental factor with type 2 diabetes mellitus, and also the to check the association between the type 2 diabetes mellitus with metallothionein gene polymorphism. The methodology that I used for my study was, first of all, I collected blood samples, then I extracted the DNA, then I performed the PCR, that is the polymerase chain reaction, and then I performed the RFLP, that is the restriction fragment length polymorphism. PCR polymerase chain reaction, as we also know that it is the DNA photocopier. So I amplified my extracted DNA in PCR. The forward and reverse primers for metallothionein 1A, 1B, and 2A was used. The annealing temperature was 59 degrees centigrade, and the amplified product was seen on 1% agarose gel. This slide shows us the primers that were used in my study, and I performed 35 cycles. The denaturation temperature was 94 degrees centigrade, the annealing was 59 degrees centigrade, and the extension was 72 degrees centigrade. For RFLP, for restriction fragment length polymorphism, PST1 enzyme was used, and PCR for this, the PCR for RFLP, the PCR product were digested with the restriction enzyme PST1, and it was incubated overnight at 37 degrees centigrade, and then the digested DNA was run on 5% agarose gel. This slide shows us the general overview about the PST1 restriction enzyme, that it's belonged to type 2 restriction enzyme. It was isolated from the Providencia staurotidae and its molecular size is 2093 base pair. And this is its recognition site, and it produces a cut between the G and A nucleotides. So here comes the result for my study. I took 76 diabetic patients and 36 controls. Both genders, irrespective of age, were included, and the sample were collected from the different labs of Rawalpindi and Islamabad. This is the graphic representation of the age group of patients and the controls. The graph 1 shows the age of controlling patient, and the graph 2 shows the percentage of sample lying in the different age group. So you can see easily that the patients of 47 to 57 age group were more in this study. This graph shows us the percentage population of diabetic patient according to the different occupation. So the those patients who are government servants show more risk of type 2 diabetes mellitus as compared to the patient who were retired or unemployed, or those females who were housewives. This graph shows the gender of the samples, and the blue bar shows the male patients, and shows that the male were more in this study as compared to the female, and male even show the high rate of type 2 diabetes mellitus as compared to the female. Then this shows the residential status of the patient. The blue one is the congested area, the orange one is the open area, and gray one is the unidentified area. So the blue one shows us that the patient living in the congested area show more risk of type 2 diabetes mellitus as compared to the patient living in the open area. This is the results of BMI. The first graph shows the average BMI of samples, and the second graph shows the average BMI of sample lying in different age groups. This graph shows us the smoking, the comparison between the smoker and the non-smoker, and we can see easily that the smokers show more chances of type 2 diabetes mellitus as compared to the non-smoker. The bar is higher in male patients. Then this is the electrophoregram of genomic DNA of controls. These are the DNA of controls, and these are the DNA of the extracted DNA of the samples. And this image show the PCR-RFLP results of PCR-RFLP. We can see that the after doing the PCR-RFLP of extracted DNA, we have three types of we saw three types of mutation: homozygous GG, homozygous GAA, and heterozygous AA. Homozygous GG have 283 base pair size, homozygous AA have 118 and 165 base pair size, whereas the heterozygous GA are shown in these bands. So this is the overall, this shows the overall mutation. The blue one shows the homozygous GG mutation, and the orange one shows the heterozygous GA mutation, and heterozygous GA mutation were more in patients as compared to the homozygous GG mutation. And this is the graphic representation of mutations in male and female, and we can see easily that the homozygous heterozygous GA mutation was seen more in males as compared to the females, and the homozygous AA mutation was seen more in males as compared to the females. These are the results of the PCR-RFLP. Homozygous mutation GG was seen in bands of 283 base pair. This one, homozygous GG mutation 283 base pair. Homozygous unrecognized mutation AA was seen in band of 165 and 118 base pair. This one, homozygous A 165 and 118 base pair. And heterozygous mutation GA was seen in all bands of all sizes. This is the heterozygous GA mutation. So here is the conclusion. Age, gender, smoking, BMI, and residential area play a vital role in prevalence of type 2 diabetes mellitus. Patients aged more than 40 years were more prone to type 2 diabetes mellitus. Males were more prone to develop diseases as compared to the females. Active smokers were at risk of type 2 diabetes, and in males, homozygous GG, AA, and heterozygous GA mutation were more as compared to the female. This is the graph shows us that the homozygous GG, heterozygous GA, and heterozygous homozygous AA mutation were more in males as compared to the females. So basically, this disease is more in males as compared to the females because of the metallothionein gene polymorphism. So here is the references. And thank you so much for your attention. Thank you all.